let's go through the 8 executive functions just in a little bit more detail and how they, these 8 functions that actually control your life. So these functions determine whether you move forward or you stay stuck. That's a hard one to get out. Remembering that these are not personality traits at all. They are just brain-based functions. And as discussed earlier, when they work together, your life simply just works. So the first one we have here is the self-monitoring. Now, the self-monitoring is all about self-awareness. So if you don't like the word self-monitoring, you can use the word self-awareness because it's basically the same thing. So this is your ability to stop and pause, because, and be able to observe yourself, to notice what's happening within you and around you. It helps you recognize when there is stress, when you are holding fatigue, when you've got this overwhelm happening, when there's distraction happening all the time, and this misalignment that's within the self are actually happening before they actually become burnout. So you get this awareness around your energy, how it's feeling, if it's low or if it's high or medium. What your emotions are or what emotion you're actually feeling. So it's about connecting in with them and about the awareness of your patterns that just keep popping up or just keep happening in your life, and of course your behaviors. So without this awareness, you will constantly just override your own limits. And when this function is actually weak, you may keep pushing past your limits without realizing the cost of actually doing that. You push when you know you should pause, and you ignore what your body is actually telling you, what your body is screaming at you, or your intuition. And then, well, you burn out. So if you are constantly overwhelmed, it is not because life is too much. It's because your self-monitoring function, it's just offline. So when you're in this moment, you need more connection to your self-monitoring, more connection to that self-awareness, because the prefrontal cortex is involved in self-control and attention and emotional regulation, which all support this kind of awareness. And even the awareness of your breath is one of those first things that you can grab to bring you into a state of awareness, to be in the eternal now. So the next one is task initiation. So this is the ability to begin a task when it's time to begin, to simply start. This is where most people will actually collapse because they sit in overthinking about it. All the things that's got to be done, and it just becomes too much for them to even just start. And then, of course, there's a bit of perfectionism where they have to just get it all right before they start anything. Well, that's the story that they're telling themselves. And then just waiting to feel ready, waiting to get enough energy up to do the task, waiting to feel like they, might need more energy to do the task, when actually sometimes doing a task when you have low energy can actually start to increase your energy. So task initiation, well, it's about what helps you move from thinking about it all to doing, instead of getting stuck in procrastination, in the avoidance of doing it, or even the overthinking of it. You don't need more clarity to start. You need to start to actually create the clarity. So what I'd like you to do now is write down all the tasks, all the projects that you have been avoiding, and the ones that you want to just get around to. Write all of those projects, tasks, and the things that you are going to one day get around to, and put them all in a journal, put them all in tasks, projects, and things I want to get around to, whatever it may be for you.